I'm Caleb Newquist, the editor-in-chief of Accounting Web, and I'm here with Josh Reeves of ZenPayroll. Josh, why don't you tell us who you are and what you're doing here at the Solutions Conference?
Yes, thanks Caleb. It's wonderful to be here today. I'm the CEO of ZenPayroll. The company started 3 years ago with a single mission to bring modern, delightful payroll to businesses all around the world. And we're very proud to be here. Like I said, the company is now 3 years old. We launched 2 years ago, and I'm looking forward to telling you more about what we're doing.
That's fantastic. What brings you to Sleater's? Have you been here before?
Yeah, actually, we were here last year, and for us, one of our key partners is the accountant community. So just to kind of take a couple steps back, when we started the company 3 years ago, the inspiration for us was a lot of personal frustration in running prior businesses and being unhappy with existing solutions, and then also having family that had been running small businesses for a long, long time. And so those were the reasons why we started the company, and we were very shocked to find that of the 6 million companies in the US that do payroll, a third of them every year get fined for incorrectly doing their payroll. So
that sounds terrible.
A lot of unnecessary pain, a lot of unnecessary complexity. My parents are both teachers. I grew up with a strong dislike for inefficiency, and so a lot of why we started the company was to go fix that problem. And in terms of why we're here again, the accounting community is really this incredible community of advisors and business owners themselves who are here to go help other businesses succeed, and we're here to be their payroll partners. So we have a whole program set up where we work with them as resellers. We do all of the more chore, manual aspects of payroll completely automatically, and they are enabled to be more of a business advisor to this small company. And so again, we're here to serve companies all around the country. We have businesses in almost every state now, and looking forward to many more years of coming to SleaterCon in the future.
That's great. It sounds as though that you've done a lot of entrepreneurial stuff in the past. Can you talk about that a little bit? How did you get to being at ZenPayroll? How did that come about?
Yeah, I always like to kind of peel back layers of the onion. So, in my case, I was actually born and raised in the San Francisco Bay Area. So although my parents were teachers, I did have a lot of, and they're mostly on the humanities, English, history side, but I had a lot of exposure to the ability for technology to solve a problem. And I went to Stanford University, which is right in the heart of Silicon Valley. So to me, that's always been my definition of entrepreneurship. It's never accepting the status quo as the way things should be, but thinking about how they could be. And again, I had been involved in multiple startups. I had sold a previous company. My co-founders and I really came together 3 years ago. We had all had prior businesses with this desire to really do something impactful and meaningful, and ideally spend the next 30, 40, 50 years on that. So we've been building ZenPayroll with this very long-term mindset, and it affects how we hire, the way we build a team. Obviously now we're much bigger than we were when we started, but it's still a privilege every day to come and help these business owners make their life easier, help these accountants with the services they're offering. And my proudest moments in the day are when I realize the positive impact we've had with them, or with my teammates when I realize that someone has grown or developed in a way that they are now doing better work than they ever thought possible. That's always something that makes me feel very proud inside.
Sounds like culture is really important at ZenPayroll. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I talk a lot about values. I think, again, there's many reasons to start a company, many ways to build a business. If you're doing it for the long term, it's just, I can't imagine not doing it in a way that's mission-focused, values-based. Again, there's no right or wrong approach to company building, but I always say as an entrepreneur you want to be authentic to your value system. So, we have a lot of work to do. My background's in product management, software. I studied electrical engineering. Actually, all founders of ZenPayroll were electrical engineering alums, which is incredibly relevant to payroll. I was going to do a PhD in neural prosthetics, which is also incredibly...
That sounds like it might be pretty difficult. Is that fair?
It was really fun. I did all signal processing, a lot of math. I think of that educational system is about understanding complex systems. And ultimately that can be applied in the context of people, in the context of economics, in the context of business. But obviously, I feel very proud. ZenPayroll is something that I do hope to do for the next several decades. And although we're processing over $100 million a month in payroll, we have tens of thousands of people getting paid through the product. We still have much more work to do, and we're looking forward to working with new partners in the future who want to join us on this mission.
Great. Real quick to wrap up, do you have a message for the attendees at Sleater this year?
Biggest message, kind of connecting it back to what I said earlier, there's this really huge shift taking place in what it means to be an accountant, what it means to be a bookkeeper, and it affects business model, it affects the combination of services that you're offering. In my view, it really goes back to the motivation of why someone's gone into this field, and it's for the better. It's really a chance to take away some of these mundane details, move away from being a kind of one kind of solution offering, and be really a full service business advisor. Help the business owner with accounting and tax and payroll and APAR and a whole suite of services leveraging tools like ours. And we're here to empower you. We're here to serve you. We're here to make your life easier. And if you're at all interested, we'd love to talk to you. As I'm sure many other companies here are interested as well. It's, I think, an amazing time for a business owner, but also more importantly, an amazing time to be an accountant.
Thanks, Josh. Josh Reeves, ZenPayroll. This is Caleb Newquist, Editor-in-Chief of Accounting Web.